Chutes and Ladders special Halloween edition. Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, we're going to do a special episode in the spirit of Halloween. We're going to go over some of the spookiest characters in wrestling history and give you some of our favorite Halloween Havoc moments. All right, any quick thoughts on this? I know I look ridiculous, which is great.
Are you The Rock?
I do have the final. I have the final boss shirt on, and I got my championship belt, and I got this chain that I think he wore at one point in time. I don't know.
Are you foreshadowing a championship win?
Oh, snap. I wasn't, but I'm going to claim it now.
I'm just a kitty cat, if you can't tell. So
it's all good. It's all good. All right, cool. Well, spookiest characters based on your wallpaper. I think I know which way you're going to go. Who is a spooky character you want to highlight?
So we could have highlighted a lot of people, like Taker, Kane, even Gangrel, Sting. Yeah. But I specifically picked Papa Shango, reason being, not just because I love Charles Wright so much, but he is actually a part of one of my core memories in wrestling, and that is the feud with the Ultimate Warrior, which is what Papa Shango is mostly known for. If you don't know who he is, he came in the early 90s, and he is like a voodoo villain. Yeah. He wore the bones around his neck, and the skull, and the skeleton makeup, and he put a curse on Ultimate Warrior, and from us being little, we remember the ooze and the blood coming out of Warrior. And the memory that I have in my head is him throwing up backstage on the stretcher because of that curse. And, he wasn't a very long character in WWF at the time, but he was just weird and spooky, and they've never done like a voodoo guy before. So it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just actually going to say what they used to do back in the day. Anytime little kids would freak out, they did this for the Undertaker, did this for this. They would have a close-up of a little kid just absolutely petrified. So it worked every time. And again, back then it was more cartoonish for kids. I think this is absolutely brilliant. And I think you highlighted one of these spookiest characters.
Thanks. What about you?
Oh, snap. All right. R.I.P. I brought him up before. I'm going Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt both. Bray Wyatt, the Cape Fear Bray Wyatt, and I also Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. I will say, I don't think anyone in WWE history played the gimmick so well as far as really deep diving and really going off to that after those psychological angle that he had for both characters. The Fiend was just on a new level. But I will go for I'm going Bray Wyatt because even as an adult, and this is past the cartoon days, they creeped people out. and they really knew how to hit those buttons. I will say as well, being backwoods, this is a common theme, whether it's in movies or television series or anything like that. Generally speaking, people that are in the backwoods really creep people out. He took it to a new level. And I have to give him credit where credit's due. And what's really interesting is he got pushed to the top pretty quickly. And I know for a fact that if that gimmick didn't go over, he probably would just been buried. But it did. Yeah. So he was pushed to the top. His title reigns weren't necessarily that long, but no one can deny his impact on wrestling.
No, he's very iconic, and look at him now. It's so legendary, and look at the Wyatt Six. So
yeah, 100%. All right, and then real quick, so we're actually recording this a couple hours before Halloween Havoc. I will actually applaud WWE for continuing tradition, even though it's through NXT. Should be a fun event, but let's talk about some of our favorite moments. We don't know which moments that we picked. I have a very, very odd feeling we may have picked the same one. I promise you this is not on purpose. What's your favorite moment in Halloween Havoc history?
It's the only match that I really remember, and it's from 1998, Goldberg versus DDP.
Okay.
Did you pick that one or no?
I did not.
Oh, okay. No, I love this match just because, this is when Goldberg was on a streak, and it was just one of those quick matches. But with DDP, I mean, he's really, everyone's champion and favorite. So he gave him a run for his money. And I just remember that spot where Goldberg like hurt himself and he couldn't do the jackknife and he tried a couple of times and then DDP got out of it and then put the diamond cutter on him. Yeah. And it was a hell of a match. So
nice. Okay, I actually had so I was going back and forth. DDP versus Macho Man would have been one of the matches I was actually considering. I decided not to just because, again, classic feud, all that and all that. But there was another match that stood out. Another honorable mention I will give is Cactus Jack versus Vader.
Yes.
That was legendary, and I love both of those wrestlers. I'm actually going to go, and some people say this is the greatest match in WCW history. You could definitely make that argument. I'm going to go R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr.
I knew you were going to pick that. I had a feeling.
Listen, hats off to both these guys. Hats off to, they bring it nonstop. And I will say that, just if you want to watch just a classic wrestling match, even if you're not the biggest fan, Rey Mysterio always brings it with his acrobatics. But Eddie Guerrero does the same thing. So putting them together, they have had many, many matches in the past. This is why they constantly are in storylines together, because they work so well together. And this was amazing. 5-star.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, that is a classic 5-star match. Yeah. Oh, so awesome. Great pick.
Thank you. Yeah, and you know what? I will say that, keep in mind, this is kind of a breakthrough because a lot of the Lucha Libre didn't really get where they should have been. But I think guys like Eddie and Ray really kind of put them over. And even to this day, it's because of guys like them. And I think that match kind of set that precedent.
Love it.
All right, that wraps up this quick episode. Chime in. What are your favorite moments in Halloween Havoc history? What are some of the spookiest characters you think that WWE or ECW or WWE or WWF at the time actually had? Please DM us at the Chutes and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe on both YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, happy Halloween.
Bye, friends.